Well, as we told you a couple of minutes ago, today the FCC voted along party lines to undo sweeping Obama-era net neutrality rules that guaranteed equal access to the Internet. Sounds confusing. That's why we invited in Andrew Rossow, Internet law professor at the University of Dayton Law School, to explain this to us in layman's terms. First of all, good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming in. This sounds complicated, but far-reaching. What really happened today?
Well, today we, or the FCC, basically undid the free and open Internet that we've been accustomed to since almost forever, since we've been online.
Net neutrality implying everything online being treated equally.
Absolutely.
That's the way it's been, hence the term net neutrality. So what happens now?
Well, now we're in a position as a consumer that our Internet speeds, the content that we see, may not be on the same equal playing field that we've been accustomed to for so long, meaning you might see different Internet lanes of traffic. Think of it as a highway. You know, you got the HOV lane, you got the middle lane, then you got your slow lane. Well, Internet providers now have the power to control that, to control what content we see, when we see it, how we see it, and even how much we pay to see it.
You know, the Internet is basically, it affects all of us. We use it constantly anymore, all our devices that we have. Based on this decision, if it holds, and we'll talk about in a second, what might the advantages be? What might the pluses be of what they did today?
Sure, you know, we live in a free market type economy. We're supposed to be in a free market type economy, and this allows businesses, large and small, to be able to compete in a sense. And winner take all. If the big fish take the bait, then they take the bait. But it allows for all types of parties to go at it and see what happens. But it does allow for the movement of the economy. All
right. On the flip side, for the average consumer at home, and I would include myself on that list, what are the potential downsides? What might we lose on this based on this decision today?
Freedom. Freedom to browse and see what we want, when we want, and how we see it. At the same time, we might have to pay to see what we want to see. You know, going on Facebook or HBO Go, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you know, you might have to pay a little bit more if you're one of those consumers that watches it more often than another.
As I mentioned there at the very beginning, this undoes Obama-era rules, and as we've seen from this administration, they seem focused on undoing a lot of what was done by the Obama administration. Is this strictly political, or are we just trying to, is this another way they're just trying to tear down something Obama did, or is there more to it than that?
You know, I think there's a little bit more to it. Obviously, there are some political motivations behind it, and I think we're in that era that people want change, and I think the political climate we're in right now is looking to make that change however they see it. At the same time, I think from the eyes of a consumer that there's a lot happening at once, and it's hard to kind of pinpoint what the true motivations are, but at the same time we see things happening for the better, for the worse, and hopefully the market will regulate itself, and this isn't as big of a deal as it's been made out to be. And
as Blaine Alexander referred to there in her report, this may not be the final word on this. We may see legislation by Congress. We may see court appeals. I mean, we're probably a long way from the finish line here.
Oh, of course. And I think this is more of the beginning to the end, or the end to the beginning, in a sense of now that Title II or net neutrality has been repealed, now comes the lawsuits, the appeals, and whatever else we have coming down the legal pathway.
And we can follow it all on the Internet.
And we can follow it all for right now on the Internet.
For right now. Andrew Rossow, Internet law professor at UD, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, happy holidays. Brooke, over to you.